Hi, I'm Lorin Nicholson, blind guitarist and motivational speaker. One of my big loves in life is the classical guitar, and today we've got something really special for you, these brand new Hanika classical guitars from Germany. I've been playing classical guitar for 20 years, and it was a few months ago that I attended the Melbourne Guitar Show, and this is where I first got in touch with Hanika Guitars, as they've only just arrived here in Australia. I remember sitting down and being handed my first classical guitar from Hanika. And as soon as I put my hands on it, I knew there was something special going on. It really had a beautiful profile on the neck. That was the first thing that stood out. But it was just the quality of the workmanship and the finish really stood out. And then when you strum your first chord, you knew there was something different going on here compared to any other classical builder that I'd been playing earlier. And there are a few things that really stand out to guitar players. One is the beautiful timbers that guitars are made from. Although for me that's a little challenging because I don't really see that. But there are some other factors that are even more important. One is the feel. The other is the playability, the playing experience. And finally, it's the sonic experience, what you're hearing and the tone of the instrument when you're playing. Those are the things that really inspire the music. And as soon as I picked up the Hanika classical guitars, those elements all came together in one big explosion. It was an amazing experience. You could tell straight away the attention to detail, the craftsmanship, looking at the headstock, feeling the neck, the attention to the way they've finished the fretboard, even the inside of the guitar where they've done all the bracing and the finishing work has been done beautifully. The whole thing comes together. They've taken real pride in what they're building at Hanika Guitars, and when you play your instrument, it feels something special. Hanika Guitars was founded by Helmut Hanika in 1953. 70 years later, that tradition continues with his son Armin Hanika, along with his team of luthiers. Their modern facility helps them to maintain precision and quality, with every guitar finished by hand. Today I'd like to showcase some of these lovely guitars for you, with each of their 4 guitar lines: studio, recital, concert and professional. So whether you're a beginner or the concert professional, there is something here for everybody. Lovely. This is one of the studio line, the Hanika 50 TBF, suitable for students through to intermediate players. It starts here at the top with a lovely thermally modified spruce top, moving over to the back and sides with this lovely pear. And what I notice here is a feature you don't often see on the entry-level instruments is this African blackwood stabilizing strip. Helps with stabilizing tuning, neck movement, and I notice on this guitar lovely action, which is perfect for students if you're wanting to really make learning a lot easier and more comfortable. The neck profile is also lovely to hold as well, which makes it much easier for young players. We have on the fretboard here the African blackwood as well. This guitar, as you can hear, has a lovely tone. It's quite present, and even at the higher register. Lovely warm tone. It's got a little presence to it though too. It's not too many overtones, but it really is a lovely instrument to play. Something I wish my mum bought me when I was starting the guitar. Let's move up one level now to the recital range of guitars. This one is the Hanika 54 PF. So it's more of a traditional fan bracing with spruce top. And as we go to the back and sides, this time we have rosewood. You'll notice that we have the same stabilizing strip with African blackwood on the neck. And as we come around now to the face, we have this lovely African blackwood fretboard. I noticed this guitar a little more silky to the touch. And being rosewood, you're going to have a little more bottom end and a little more sparkle on the top. Really lovely guitar. This one is specifically aimed towards the intermediate player, or if you already have a lot of guitars in your collection and you'd like one more, this is the nylon string classical must to add to your collection, the Recital line of guitars. Well, now we're really getting into the serious instruments. This is the part of the concert line of instruments, the New Century Double Top Lattice, or DTL. So really interesting combination here with the double top, so very thin tops, which is what gives this guitar so much more projection. And it's made out of cedar. Coming around to the back and sides, we're now looking at a higher grade of rosewood. We're noticing a little change this time with the neck, with some thermally modified maple, again with the African blackwood strip. So this is a very stable neck. African blackwood fretboard. This one's a little different though. We have the elevated fingerboard this time. You'll notice there's a little bit more height. This is designed for the more advanced players and perhaps university students that want to really get up into this higher register. So there we go, let's get the right note. And it really gives you access to those higher registers, especially on this guitar with that extra high C note up here as well. There's a couple of other things that are worth mentioning here. You've already noticed, I guess, the armrest here, which is great for being able to move the positioning, so you can go from Tasto to Ponticello a lot easier. And we also have a sound port on the side of the guitar, so great when you're sitting at home practicing, so you can actually hear yourself playing. I think that might be the additional features with this one, but it's certainly an outstanding guitar. What I noticed with this, particularly with the higher grade rosewood and with the cedar top, very romantic. Great at performing all different styles of classical music on this instrument, and certainly a high level professional instrument, the New Century DTL. Olé on that one. Well, this is the top of the top. This is the part of the professional series, and the HE, which stands for high end, the HE Double Top. And this guitar is made from cedar with a lovely French polish top, high gloss, looks and feels amazing, which is partly why we get that really lovely projection from this guitar. As we move around the back, beautiful Ziricotti. This is a real step up in tone wood, a modern favourite amongst classical guitar players, in a high gloss finish. Let's come up to the neck here, to this lovely Cedro neck with a beautiful mahogany and rosewood inlay. for stability, but also for this really aesthetic, beautiful finish. Again in the high gloss. While we're up the top end here, let's come up and have a look here at these lovely tuners, the Alessi tuners, which have this lovely high polished gold. And when we come to the front here, you'll notice all guitar builders have their own signature headstock shape. This is the Hanika headstock, but this one also has this pierced headstock as well. And I notice in here, again, beautifully finished. Both the timber work and the polish work is just immaculate. We come down here back again to the fretboard, the African blackwood, lovely polished wood. This is A grade, this is top shelf timber. In fact, the whole guitar is made out of the best tone woods that can be used for guitar building. I think that really covers some of that, but what we need to do now is talk about the tone. This guitar is beautiful. I played something very dynamic to start with, but it is equally at home with a lovely delicate. Which is really nice. That's a good indication of how good the tone woods are. You can hear the harmonic overtones here. Yeah, you can hear the overtones coming through on this guitar. And a hammer-on is the key. If you hammer on a cheaper guitar, it often doesn't have the same overtones or the same volume and projection. So very well made, beautiful instrument, covering all different aspects of classical music, from Baroque to Romantic to contemporary and more dynamic styles of classical playing. The Performance series, the HE Double Top, a lovely instrument. This is the kind of instrument you would pass on to your children. Thank you for joining us on this video. We hope you've enjoyed learning more about Hanika guitars. They are truly beautiful instruments. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments. And if you'd like to try out one of these lovely instruments, get in touch with the Sydney String Centre and make an appointment. We'd love to show them to you. In the meantime, we hope you enjoy playing, and we'll catch you next time.